Welcome to Under the Cardboard Box Podcast, episode 11, but our very first video cast.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, we really wanted to surprise you guys in doing this. Heido and I have been talking about it for some time.
Yeah.
And it's finally a reality. It feels good. It feels like we've accomplished something.
Absolutely.
And it's great to be here, bro.
Yeah, we've been looking at the comments, and we do read them.
Yeah.
And we've had some comments saying, you guys should do video.
Yeah.
So we were kind of quietly seeping it in, seeing how it could actually work out.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited that we're actually doing it.
Right. And speaking of comments, there is something that I think that you and I should address.
Yeah.
We spoke about it. I believe we read two comments that stated kind of the same thing. And I want to tell you guys that we do care about what you guys think and say. Of course, there's always going to be the haters, the nitpickers.
Oh, of course.
And of course,
it's the internet,
It's the internet. Everybody's a critic.
I've seen so many things. I read these YouTube comments and I see like, what is this guy? Why is he here? Die or like, why does he have an internet access?
Yeah. People who pretty much, for a lack of a better term, have no life.
Right.
But we really, these two, I believe they came from a heartfelt place. And they really wanted us to know. One was really upset. He or she took it to heart.
Yeah.
But I never want you guys to think that I am putting down Heido seriously.
Yeah. So what was the comment?
Well, the comment was usually during the trivia when I would ask you a question or something, they felt like I was badgering you or I was beating you down or I was kind of rough. Yeah. And I want you guys to know that I've known Heido and I have known each other for like 15 years.
Yeah, 15 plus.
And, he's like family. I love the guy. He's been there for me. I've been there for him. Our houses are literally each other's. He can go to my mom's and it'll be like his. I can go to his and it'll be like mine. It's just...
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten along for so long. We've known each other since middle school, and yeah, guys, I never want you guys to think that I'm truly trying to hurt him. He's a great friend of mine,
Thanks,
very close friend of mine, and so I want to apologize for that image. We're really just trying to have fun on the podcast.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
If you know us outside the podcast, you would know how much he messes with it. He literally, I was in church, he was with me. And we were playing a little game, and they it was like a scavenger hunt. They were like, okay, fine, $20. I get up, he throws a wallet at the back of my head.
Full wallet at you.
At the back of my head, in front of everybody.
I mean, your head is a huge target.
Okay,
dude.
you see, this is the part of Heido you don't get to hear. But he messes with me a lot more than I mess with him. Yeah. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
And so I don't. We get along well. I'm sorry if that brought up something. I know people are being bullied or whatever. I'm not saying that's your case.
Yeah.
But I know how it could look, and I want you to know. And hey, I'll let you hear it from him. He doesn't take it the wrong way.
Not at all. I mean, this is how we've been our whole lives. I think people that obviously don't know us, they're gonna take it. Honestly, I think that maybe this person had like maybe bullying problems and stuff in the past, which I had too.
We both had.
Both, absolutely.
Both had. Yeah.
When we were younger, growing up, so maybe this could bring up like maybe certain pasts that can make them feel like, hey, I'm feeling uncomfortable, because that's what that person mentioned.
The person said they were feeling uncomfortable. Yeah.
But in any case, I just want to address that. No, I'm not offended in any way. But it's good to know that, look, we do read each comment. We're not a huge podcast, obviously. We're not something major yet, because, we feel like our fans, we deserve to definitely speak about Metal Gear and the way, it should be with care and all that.
Yeah.
But we read every comment. We read everything out there.
And we take in the good, leave out the bad.
Exactly. And there's going to be haters. There's going to be lovers, we love them all. Just come in.
I mean, there was some comments that it was just unnecessary. For instance, there was one time that there was one comment that said that Hayro or Hyro.
No one. I understand. No one understands how to spell my name. It's Jairo.
This is Hydo. This is Arnaldo. And they always
and it's not Hahey and then Row ROW or Reynaldo or Arnold
Harold.
It's the worst. It's the worst. But I understand. I mean, our names are weird.
Right. Yeah.
But what was the comment?
Yeah. Apparently they said you sound like a Mexican.
I sound like a Mexican.
Which I said that was racist.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look.
I was like, listen. But first of all, just to entertain the guy, maybe you're confusing him for me, Arnaldo.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, because I mean, Hydo has like this deep, bassy voice, while I have. It could be smooth or whatever the case may be. But what I'm saying is smooth. Hey, how's it going? But when we really read that, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of racist. I mean, what's wrong with that? I'm not Mexican, neither is him. But
there's nothing wrong with being racist. There's nothing wrong with being Mexican. I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with being Mexican.
We do not endorse racism.
No, we don't.
We don't.
No, honestly, like there's we're Hispanics.
Yeah, we are.
Obviously, we're gonna sound different and stuff. Everyone sounds different.
Yeah.
But we live in this world with especially in New York City, where there's like a bunch of cultures here living in one place. There's literally nothing wrong with sounding anyway, because we're just two people.
And I'm sure for the Mexican community, they take pride.
Yeah, of course.
In how they sound. Okay, they're hardworking people. I love those guys. So I thought that was a little mean to say. Even if it was towards me or towards Idol, things like that. We're gonna ignore things like that. Or someone even said, I sound like I belong in elementary school.
Oh God.
It's just how do we take these things?
Yeah, it's just obviously it's people that just want to see the world. Like they see it in different eyes. They're just like, oh, this and this and this, and then that's it. They don't think about it again. Yeah. They're not deliberately, like, they don't know us, they're not deliberately telling all these people, because they obviously do it to, like, other people as well.
Probably.
They're just out there to just, obviously
whatever
be dumb.
I guess.
But we thank you for the fans that are actually out there, like Christopher and Steven.
Yeah, they're always writing on
Always writing to us, those guys are good.
Yeah, and we want to get to you as quickly as possible. By the way, Chris, thank you for calling us on that DARPA chief.
Yeah, that was good.
If you're correct, we appreciate it. We forget things. We're not the pros.
Exactly, the pros. But I thank you for that, and also thank you for Thursday.
Yeah. Whoever joined me on the Twitch stream, I appreciate it. Hydo and I were there. Yeah. I decided to do something a little different. I decided to play through the story mode. I hadn't done it on the new gen consoles. I had beaten the game on PlayStation 3, and I just decided to see how that was. Now, I want you guys to rate, comment, subscribe on our podcast, and tell us how we're doing. Tell us what you want to see. Tell me.
For sure. I mean, I flip through channels and stuff, and I'm trying to find what I want to see. I think that it's a good idea for us to know, like, hey, we want to see some online today. I feel like some online. Or just something.
Yeah, or even tell us if you want me to, Twitch stream more days out of the week.
Right.
To tune in. And we understand that there are different time zones.
Yeah.
And so not everybody can get there.
Absolutely.
So we're working on that. We're working on maybe staying on longer.
Right.
Maybe working something out with you guys. But trust me, we get it. For the people who joined us that do listen to our podcast on the Twitch stream, thank you so much for joining. It was great to have you guys.
It was good
to talk to you guys.
But we had some fun playing.
We did. Hydo's at the computer. He's usually the one typing out things. He wants me to do the playing, I guess. And if you were there, you actually saw the whole. I was eating a plate of food while the loading screen was going on. His mom kind of gave us food. At an inappropriate time, and it was just getting cold there, so I just grabbed it. But with that being said, let's just get into the news.
The CB News.
Okay, so we've got quite a bit of news. Some Kojima news and some MGS news.
Yep.
Let's get right into the MGS news. So,
Right.
Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, has shipped 6 million units. This is a report by Konami. In their latest financial report released today, Konami has announced continued favorable sales for Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. The game has now shipped 6 million units worldwide, including downloads as of December 31st, 2015. Wow, that's great.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. Not many games make it to 6 million or even 1 million, but
Looks like Metal Gear is a fan favorite.
yeah. But my thing is that Kojima won't see a penny out of that.
Yeah.
And Konami has no plans in making more AAA games like this. They're successful, obviously, in this game. Although they do have plans in hiring staff to create more Metal Gear games.
Right.
They have no plans in, making more AAA titles.
At least it's not what they're telling us. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know
what it is. But I think this will interest you more. I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago, we went over Snake's, when you play with him online.
Yeah.
His, you get to play as Venom Snake. We went over his, his abilities.
Right.
The skill level. So today we're looking at Ocelot, another unique character. And so Ocelot, he carries around the Torpedo 6, which is basically a single action army. And these are his stats. I have them here. And so he stands right between scouts and enforcers when it comes to his health. And he has the stamina equivalent to the scout. And since he doesn't really carry around heavy artillery unless you have a shield,
right,
he can run far and quickly. But these are some of the breakdowns of his stats. So check this out. It says weapons level 3, tactical level 2, lethal aim level 3, non-lethal aim level 2, anti-marking level 3, intel level 3, optics level 2, shield level 1, field report level 3, CQC stealth level 2, interrogation level 3, which is better than Snake's, Fulton level 1. So, just like Snake, Ocelot has a powerful signature ability known as Shalashashka, which includes the following abilities. Ocelot Shalashashka retains 27 mainly intel-related ability slots. Purely looking at the number of the slots he uses, you could argue Ocelot's ability is more powerful than Snake's signature ability. Ocelot's signature weapon, as I said before, is the Tornado 6. And you know that you can either use 2 at a time, or you can have 1 plus the shield.
Yeah.
In other news, I don't know if you guys checked out that video about the new map that's coming, the new DLC that's coming.
The Mother Base.
Yeah, the Mother Base. I'm looking at pictures of it right now.
I know it got a name for it. I don't know if it's there, but I know I got a name for it, and it was submitted by a fan.
It says, I believe it's called the Coral Complex.
Right, the Coral Complex, which I think they had
They're using the support and base development structures from MGS5.
Yeah. So it was by a fan, I believe, who made the name.
And of course, it says in the notes here that they've made some adjustments to the length and the bridge to best suit the multiplayer and to increase the number of cover points across the map. And alternative entrance has likewise been added to the first floor of the support base and additional vertical paths throughout. I'm looking at some of the pictures here. Some of the things these guys are doing, it looks great. I can't wait to play it. I can't wait. I don't know. I hope it's a free DLC. I hope Konami's really trying to get on our good side.
We'll see. I highly doubt it, but if it's just one map, I don't know. But I don't think they are, because think about it. All these other characters, like for PlayStation Network and for Xbox, it's like these avatars and stuff like that. And then they had the costumes for online and whatnot, like those cost money,
right?
So
which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, obviously, but Yeah, I think what price point would you put it at? This map.
What, for a map?
One map.
One map.
What price point would you put it at?
Oh, come on.
If you were Konami and you said, I'm gonna put out this map, how much will you charge? US dollars.
$3.
$3.
$3.
I think that's fair.
$3 is fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say like $2 or $3. Yeah.
Yeah, for the stage. Because
No, of course.
It's a stage.
Yeah. I like, who I like the way they do it? Super Smash Brothers. They have like a character. They lay out a character.
Yeah.
And for like $1.50 or sometimes $3 or whatever, they have a character and the map. You
Right.
know, like I think $3 is fair. Anything higher than that would just be like, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, remember Ground Zeroes?
Well, yeah, that's a different story. That's like a demo.
It was $30.
$30.
Listen, we love Metal Gear.
Oh, absolutely.
We love Metal Gear.
I don't really like Metal Gear that much.
But-
It's not like I'll do a podcast.
Yeah, the door's right over there.
All right, see you later.
We love Metal Gear, but $30 for a 5-minute fast walking through game, I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It was too much. I downloaded it. I didn't even. It was $20 because it was just no, But moving on. So speaking of DLCs, let's take a look at some of the new development items coming to MGS: The Phantom Pain. So this is mainly for the story, but they're gonna add a couple of new items, or rather upgrades for items.
Okay.
Such as Battle Dress, rank 8. Also, Sneaking Suit, rank 8. And also the Brennan, which is a sniper, LRS 46, rank 8. Right?
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's a beast sniper, too.
Yeah. It'll, it's a reinforced barreled, and it provides longer effective range. And the rifle features additional option slots for greater freedom in customization.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we're looking at the Sneaking Suit, level 8, and it says, this upgrade brings significantly enhanced defense to the Sneaking Suit. If you've ordered your security guards to use non-lethal weapons in the FOB, that's, basically what they wear, and they'll be more invulnerable. So, that'll be good.
Right.
Now, for the Battle Dress, it'll bring significantly enhanced defense, again, for the Battle Dress. And you can also put it on your FOB soldiers. So these are
nice.
So you can use it on yourself, or you can use it during the FOB.
Yeah.
Making it more challenging for people to kind of infiltrate your base.
Yeah.
If they get caught, especially.
For sure. I think that's a good idea. I think I have like level 30 on my mother base itself for the FOBs.
Okay.
But I think adding security cameras and the AR sensors, those things like the cameras and stuff, those are good things to add that you can actually use inside the FOB, because sometimes you can't control it. You know, like you're away and then someone just takes over. You kind of gotta trust your the way you place your cameras and stuff. People I know do it manually. So like, here's a tip. I guess you can
tips with Iro.
you could actually manually do it instead of like placing it at random. You could place like your emplacements, like the sensors and stuff like that, the cameras. You can place them in certain spots. So there's certain things you can look at where they're usually at, like where they spawn at, where they're gonna come from, like the different areas they're gonna come from, because you wormhole into the base.
Yeah.
So you can place your cameras there so that you can you have an advantage on them. So that's what I do, and I think adding the battle dress to the guards would be a lot better. It's a little. Sometimes it gets a little easy. Just running through it. I think the battle dress would be a good idea.
Well, yeah. It'll give the FOB a fighting chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So I got some Hideo Kojima news.
Yes, of course.
As you know, he's been visiting. He's on this tour, this technology tour, all over the world. He ended up in
those 10 days aren't over yet.
They're over. They're done. They're
Okay.
done. His last one was in London, and so he tweeted out saying he was just pretty much talking about all the stuff that he, like, pretty much a synopsis and like a conclusion to his tour with Mark Cerny. he ended up in Quantic Dreams, Paris. They're the people that made, I think, Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain.
Okay.
So those people. So he wrote his final thing that he wrote on his Twitter, which I'm gonna read now. You see him here. He's in Quantic Dreams with Mark Cerny. I think he's looking at some mocap. So he wrote, quote, "So I may conclude that the game creation is to use magic to this real world with the use of the latest technology." Just a quick thing, he's writing it and they're translating it, so there might be like some English off and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quote, "Or to say, to make the dream of the peoples or in this real world come true by magic. But just having technology doesn't mean you can make magic. Human resources can maneuver technology, and the environment to pull out their talent is necessary. And most importantly, the vision of the studio has to be accurate in order to embrace technology. Human resources and environment with all these facts make the latest technology magic. And what I've learned the most in this trip, start up from the new studio, hire, the staff work with finding the office, construct organization, work on the latest technology, and step into the challenge of creating the new magic. This might sound as if I'm starting over from scratch, but this is where it gets interesting. But I got fans supporting me, friends who share my dream with all over the world. So it's not starting from scratch. I continue creating the cutting edge game that I've been doing for 30 years, as I've always done." Okay. Obviously, there's a few typos here that obviously didn't translate well into it. But what stood out to me, and obviously I'm just taking this as speculation. We definitely don't know anything. Nobody knows anything. Okay. But I'm looking into the fine details. He says, this last sentence, he says, "So it's not starting from scratch. I continue creating the cutting edge game." Singular. What cutting edge game has he been making for the past 30 years?
30 years.
Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear, as I've always done. So, what if, in a crazy world, he's gotten the rights to Metal Gear from Konami? Like he paid it off or something. He's gotten the rights.
Well.
Or in the works of it.
That would be a dream.
Right.
Snake Eater. Totally unscripted.
Yeah. All right, let's take the script out now. But no, I honestly, I know I'm taking this as speculation and whatnot, but I feel like, man, what in a crazy world, wouldn't that be awesome? Because here it says, the cutting edge game that I've been creating for 30 years. Obviously, he probably meant the cutting edge games he's made over the past 30 years, that he's going to continue setting that bar, continuously, making cutting edge technology. Maybe it was a
typo.
Yeah, absolutely.
A misunderstanding.
But if it wasn't, it would be awesome. It would be fantastic.
It'd be great. I just don't think Konami is going to let it go.
Right.
I mean, this game has made... I just read it sold 6 million units.
Yeah, it did.
You know what 6 million units is? That's a lot of money. Even for a company that probably doesn't care about it anymore, about the game, that is. Yeah. They're making money off of it. They're making DLCs.
Right.
That they're all making money from. I mean, why would they just hand it to Kojima?
Yeah, you're right.
So that's why it's wishful thinking.
Absolutely.
But it's just I don't think it could ever be true.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think he's going to make the best game that he ever can. But for sure, we just need to take every step that he makes into consideration. He's in this trip for a reason, honestly. Maybe to get inspired or something, but there's something that he's going to get out of this trip, especially Mark Cerny on your side. That guy is a smart man. He knows his stuff. And if you have Mark Cerny on your back, man, I really cannot wait till his next game comes out.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I look forward to seeing what Kojima does when putting his mind to work. Will it look like Metal Gear? Maybe. Will it have the same characters? No. But we can only hope.
Yeah, maybe Snake Solid.
Snake Solid.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's all the news we got. There wasn't much news this time around. Hopefully we'll get some more next week. But I'm looking forward to some of those FOBs and the DLC.
Yeah, as am I.
Yeah. All right. On to the next one.
Okay, So, since we were talking about Ocelot, here's some tips on how to use them. In order to get the ricochet hits on an enemy, you have to mark them first. Once you mark them, then you can hit a surface and it'll ricochet to them. If you're playing FOB and you're worried about getting caught, go prone. The lower you are to the ground, the less likely they are to see you. And thirdly, if you're like me and you like to use the Fulton cannon, I always tend to plant one, and I always keep one just in case. Because if they see you and you run away or etc., or you want to plant it somewhere else, it comes in real handy that way. Good luck.
The Codec Conversation.
All right, so segment time. Our Codec Conversation comes from you guys, the listeners and viewers now. So you just won yourself a copy of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. David from Minnesota. Congrats, man.
Congratulations.
You asked, how's it going, dudes? I got a question for the giveaway. At what point did you decide MGS was your favorite game series? Mine was when I finished MGS 4 and saw a big boss at the end, and it really cultivated everything and set the bar for video games. Thanks, and UCBP. That's a great question. I hope you enjoy your copy of Steam Code PC giveaway that we're doing it. Now we have 2 left now.
Only 2 more.
Only 2 more. So,
but don't lose hope, guys. If you've sent in a Codec Conversation before, topic for it, send another one. It's not that we didn't like it, but I mean it. The more you send, the better chance you have.
That's right.
It's just
there's no limit into how many times you can ask stuff.
But once per week.
Yeah,
one per week.
Yeah, because our email gets full.
right. One per week, and we'll randomly select it. You know, we could choose the one you did for that week or the one you've done a couple of weeks ago. They're all random selections.
Yeah.
So please resubmit, resend, whatever you guys think. But yeah, we only have 2 codes left.
Yeah, only 2.
So
only 2 codes left.
With that being said, what is now? He wants to know when we decided MGS was our favorite game.
Right, game series.
Oh, game series.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the first game I ever played was Metal Gear Solid 1. And that is because my older brother was a big fan of it and introduced me to it. My brother, Rumi, who's a listener of the show. I love you, bro. And I fell in love with it from that. And, from the very beginning of it. Right. So, I mean, it's my favorite one of the series. I mean, yeah, I mean, I was a young kid. I've never played these games before. This was my first sneaking mission, tactical espionage. It was all new to me.
What games have you played before that? Did you play before that?
Oh,
from what you can remember.
Well, games that I've played before that: Super Smash Bros., Mario,
right?
Things like that. Can't remember much, but I've definitely played a bunch of games, even 007, GoldenEye, things of that sort.
Yeah.
And I mean, I enjoyed them very much, but none of them compared to what Metal Gear was.
Right.
So it was honestly from the first game.
Okay.
I guess it was love at first sight. Yeah, man. What about you?
For me, it was a little different. I had a MGS 2 for PlayStation 2. Okay, so I've played it before. Like in the 90s, I remember playing Metal Gear. I remember playing it when I was a kid. I wasn't into it. Right. I think it was either this one or Snake's Revenge. I can't remember, but I remember playing it, and it just didn't really capture me. I was a kid. I was really young. So I had MGS2. I remember 7th grade. Right. I don't know if you remember the story, but I was saving up for a PlayStation 2. Okay. I had $57 saved up already for my PlayStation 2. I played MGS2, finished it, because I borrowed my friend's PlayStation 2, and he lent it to me, and I was like, this is a decent game. It's not bad, right? That's what I said. It was my first experience playing an MGS game. I said, this is a great game. I remember we were in art class, Ms. Lafayette's class, 7th grade, you and I and our friends and stuff. The whole time, I'm bragging that I'm going to save up for the PlayStation 2. I'm going to get it, etc. At the time, I think it was like $250 or something like that, the price. So I was like, I'm going to save up to get it. I want it. This is just when it, almost came out. It was like a year into its launch. So I got it. I got the money, and then we're all talking and stuff, and you're like, yeah, man, you're going to get the PS2 and stuff. Out of left field, you go, probably with your arms just like that, and you're like, you should get Metal Gear Solid 1, Twin Snakes. They just came out. And I said, what? Okay, so funny story. My dad bought me a GameCube. So if for Hispanics that know out there, I asked my dad that I wanted a PlayStation 2. For Hispanics, un Nintendo is all they know.
Every game console is un Nintendo.
Un Nintendo.
O vaina. Una vaina.
Right, or that. Exactly.
Paga esa vaina.
So,
and every game system ruined their TV.
Exactly. Oh, absolutely.
Like when yeah. Every time something went with the TV, it was the game console.
It was a game console. I'm pretty sure that's for every parent, not just Hispanics.
No. Listen, I don't know. I think they have like a meeting every night. The Hispanic
every Tuesday
parents.
they have to.
Every
time
Tuesday,
we come out,
because we come out.
Yeah. Anyway, so my dad, he goes to the game store and he says, let me get a Nintendo. So at the time, the only Nintendo console that was out was the Nintendo GameCube. And so I got a Nintendo GameCube. So when he brought it to the house, I saw the bag and I was like, Dad, that bag looks a little small. I took it out. It was a Nintendo GameCube. I was really frustrated. So I said, I guess I have to deal with it. I came with Metroid Prime. But it only had Metroid Prime inside of the disc. So I thought it was a basketball game. I do not like basketball. So I don't know if you knew, but Metroid Prime, it's the disc itself. It's the morph ball, Samus's morph ball and stuff. I had no memory card, nothing. So I've played Metroid Prime's beginning probably over 100 times right now. Like I can do that with my eyes closed. It's an excellent game. I beat it. So you suggested you have a GameCube, right? So you should get Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes because they're remastering part 1.
Yeah.
With the physics and engine of Metal Gear Solid 2. So I said, you are literally out of your mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a game over a console.
Yeah.
Right?
Which your opinion hasn't changed in terms of me being out of my mind.
It has not.
I'm still pretty crazy.
So my thing is that I thought about it, right? You made a pretty convincing argument in the sense where you said you're gonna love this game and it's the best game you'll ever play. I said I wasn't so much into Metal Gear Solid 2. Honestly, actually, I don't think I even beat Metal Gear Solid 2. I think I only got to like a little bit of Snake's mission right before the Marines and stuff like that. I was just like, it's not really for me, So like my mind was like way off, dude. I wanted a PlayStation 2. I wanted to get Manhunt, Grand Theft Auto, all of this stuff. And you were like,
all the violent stuff.
Yeah, in 7th grade. And you were just like, no, get Twin Snakes. You're gonna love it. And I said, you're out of your mind. But for some reason, let me be clear. I went home and I thought about it, and I said to myself, like, okay, why am I getting a game console to play games? Right?
Right.
So, I have this GameCube, I have Metroid Prime, I just got a memory card. And then I said, you know what? I read up a little bit about it and I felt like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I went to Power at the time. You remember the one on Kingsbridge, Game Power, which you worked in.
Yeah.
I went there and I grabbed myself a new copy of Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. Now, I played that game to its entirety. I beat it in like a weekend, right? And I think I like had to hug you the next day in school because I fell in love with it. It was an amazing game. Like I said before, it's the start of cinematics in movies, and I mean in video games. You know, before Metal Gear Solid, the original one for PlayStation, there was no game out that had cutscenes, like true real cutscenes, like film, like cinematography and like film. You know, I'm a huge film guy, so I'd see things like you know, Jurassic Park and like Steven Spielberg movies and Terminator and stuff, and they have these like cinematic like epicness and stuff like that. One of my favorite movies of all time, my favorite movie of all time, is The Warriors, and you know, like I like just how it was shot and everything. Metal Gear, in a sense of action, it was just shot so perfectly, and the dialogue and everything. I'm really glad that I spent those $57 on Twin Snakes instead of buying a PlayStation 2, which I got you know, a few years later, a year later or something like that. But I'm glad I did, because then, you know, I got Snake Eater. Funny story about that one. And then
Why don't you tell us?
okay, well, I was gonna go into it, but Metal Gear Solid 1 wasn't what made me say this is my favorite game series of all time. It was Metal Gear Solid 3. When I got Metal Gear Solid 3.
Okay.
So I mentioned before you worked at GameStop, right? So
Game Power.
Game Power. And you know, the fire trucks and the police are outside because they have to get you. They have to.
They're looking for us.
For us, yeah. It's 4:07 in the morning. So yeah. Anyway, so we go to school that day, and November 17th, was it? November 17th. I remember because it's one of our friends' birthdays that day, Isaac. So we're just like, okay, we have to get Metal Gear Solid. I've read up on everything. I got the magazine, like he mentioned before in a previous podcast, where I search everything up and I watch every video. I remember there was this what was it? Game Pro magazine, where it came, you know, the one with him in the sneaking suit. I mean, in the snake suit, and where he was just like this with the knife and stuff like that. It was that magazine, and it talked about all the stuff like you could do with the gator helmet and stuff like that, or just all of that stuff. So I read up on everything I could. I was on IGN every day, everything. I printed out paper and just read it in class while I was in class, and the teacher would yell at me. So we were super excited. November 17th comes, and we're there, and you tell me, hey man, I'm gonna go get Metal Gear Solid 3. You know, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, we'll go. So we're kind of after school, we're kind of walking. We're just like, you know, and you kind of speed up a little more and stuff. And we're just like running, like, all right, we start running. Like, I want to get this first. You take the bus. Oh no, I take the bus.
You take the bus
because I think it's smarter to take the bus.
Yeah.
Mind you, in 7th grade, Arnaldo was like Goku. Okay, where he was just like super strong and super fast, and like he would just like book it. So I'm on the bus, and all you see me is going, and you're like, you just run into Game Power. So we run, you get there first, and I'm out of breath. I'm there, and then you go, I got the last copy. I literally, my face is like in disbelief. I'm just like, you are the worst person in the world. You told me to buy Metal Gear Solid, and you do this to me, you know? You used to work there, so you were behind the counter, and you were like, hey, last one, you know? Literally, in like 5 or 10 seconds, I make the split decision to go to Fordham, which is like, I run to Fordham, by the way.
It's a 20-minute walk.
It's a 20-minute walk, 10-minute run maybe. So I ran. I just booked it straight over there. And I get it. I pay my $50. Well, 52 plus tax, whatever.
54.08.
Yeah. And I go, back when games were $50, you know. And I go and I get it. And I run back to Game Power. And I'm just like, I got it. And then you come out with this big old pack of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. You're just like, just kidding. And I'm just like, are you serious, dude? I'm out of breath. I'm like, mind you, okay, this is an embarrassing one, but that same day. Anyway, so this guy walks into the store, right? And then he says he wants to make a copy of my game or whatever. And you said, hey, you should let him and stuff, whatever. Another bad idea, first of all.
By the way, we don't endorse that now.
No, not now. That was back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Hey, how's it going, guys? So pretty much we go and we make the copy in his house, I remember.
Yeah, he makes it on an Xbox at the time.
Yeah. I think it was on Xbox. Yeah. So it was whatever, and then we leave. So I have to use the bathroom extremely bad that day. So I run home and I pretty much, you can kind of guess what happened. But right before I get to my building, so I'm just like, I need to shower.
It's a bad day.
It's just a bad day, man. Anyway, so I remember I beat it in like 4 days. You beat it first, and you told me, hold off on, like, we didn't spoil anything for each other and stuff. You didn't spoil anything. But then that's when I knew that Metal Gear Solid was going to be my favorite game series. Just after the story, like Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite Metal Gear game. And just off the story, I think that we have, I just have such a love for that game. Yeah. And right there is when I knew this is my favorite game series. Just because of the story, the stuff that we went through to get it and stuff. It's been a roller coaster, and just remembering getting Metal Gear Solid 3 was funny, and a funny story, but also getting Subsistence, which came out, later, and the online mode. We spoke about it on the last podcast, but just like that spring break where we didn't sleep. Our mother's Con Ed bill, they wanted to kill us. So, and then back then, the mics weren't so good, so we used to do the whole phone thing and whatnot. So. Yeah. I remember your brother Rumi got on a few times and stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, now that you mentioned it,
yeah,
I know that Rumi's a listener, as I mentioned before. My brother Rumi, love him to death.
Yeah, love him
so much, which is why I have to say this. Now, most of you know on MGO, there's a mode for headshots only. And so, we don't know this at the time, but Rumi goes into a game, MGO for Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence.
Yeah, the first MGO.
And he picks a shotgun. As you know, why are we laughing? Because you can't get a headshot with a shotgun.
No, you cannot.
And so he's going around shooting these guys, like shooting them dead, and then he's exploding. And he's like, mind you,
that's right.
He's my older brother, and he's looking at me. He's like, "But bro, why am I exploding?" And I'm watching him and laughing. And I'm like, you went into a headshot game with a shotgun, and you're exploding because you're not getting headshots.
Oh man,
it was. I love you, bro. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
he was really he was going in there. He was ready to kick some butt, and he was just exploding the entire time. But I don't know how man, that was good.
Yeah, that was good, man. I remember just playing the whole time and stuff, and just training each other and whatnot. I remember the swaying and stuff like that. I mean, I know we said it in the previous podcast and stuff, but when you got me with that trick in high school, that you said that MGO Online was back up.
Was it high school?
Yeah, we were in high school. I mean, because MGO Online came out when we were in high school. So
I know, but but Part 4 was out at the time.
Yeah, it came out in 2007, but
weren't we in college?
No, we when they took off Metal Gear Online, it was right before Metal Gear Solid 4 was announced.
Yeah,
and
Announcer came out.
Huh?
announced or came out?
Yeah, and so you remember you tricked me into thinking
Yeah.
that. You know,
If you, we won't.
you were playing just YouTube videos.
I was playing YouTube videos.
Yeah. But
we won't get into that. We told it already.
Yeah, we told. But it was good, man. That's why it's my favorite game series. You know, just like David said when he saw Big Boss at the end of MGS4. MGS4 serves as a fan service for Metal Gear Solid fans.
Yeah.
Which is something I hold dear because it does pay tribute to all of that, especially obviously going back to Shadow Moses and stuff. But the microwave scene reminds me of just epicness in games, like
struggling, everything.
Right.
By the way, you two can send your message. Please subscribe, comment, rate, and let us know, and so we can read your email as well.
Yeah, for sure, man. You know, tell us why your game is,
which one made you a Metal Gear fan?
Right, which one?
We want to hear your stories, and we'll even share them.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, no, it's good to see that those moments, not just Metal Gear itself, but like having the time to get together, like, you know, having those days where we were really going in and having each other to like, you know, just being stupid and silly, you know, trying to go to Game Power to try to get a video game. Like, that was so funny, you know, but I vividly remember that day. You know, it was cool, man. It was cool, man. But yeah, anyway, man, what about you? Any other moments?
I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. As I said before, MGS1 it's like love at first sight. But I gotta agree with you. You know, MGS3 was kind of like, that's it. This is the best game series ever. Like, ever.
Yeah.
Like, after hearing about after playing through Big Boss's story, etc., that's when I really got into the Metal Gear history.
Right. Yeah.
When I really wanted to know what was going on, why it happened, who's Big Boss, because you vaguely hear about him in part 1. You don't really hear much about him in part 2, except when Liquid mentions him, and, you know, you got Solidus looking like him.
Yeah.
And losing the opposite eye that he did, but hey.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
Kojima story.
It's not just a game. It's a Hideo Kojima game. Thanks for watching. But MGS3 sets it up as this soldier who goes in to protect his country, is betrayed.
Yeah.
That's in, you know, quotation marks. Betrayed.
Right.
By his mentor. And then you find out she didn't betray. And so you realize you're playing as Big Boss, because at the end of the story, remember, before we even bought the game, we thought this was a younger Snake.
Yeah.
Solid Snake.
Right, exactly.
This was a younger Solid Snake.
Hideo Kojima before he never said anything about Big Boss or anything like that until the game came out.
Right. But then we realized at the end, when you get the code name Big Boss, you're kind of like, oh man, this is a different story.
Yeah.
So it's like, it intrigues you into it. You know what I mean? MGS1, honestly, I mean, although it's a good game for people to start, it's really mostly for people coming from MG1, MG2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know who Solid Snake is. They're taking him out of retirement. All these things. It's just... But MGS3 is the very beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before any of that happens. And it had great storytelling.
Yeah.
And it was just the beginning of everything. You know, Ocelot, Big Boss, why he's such a big deal. No pun intended. Ellis Fons Terrib.
Yep.
All of that. It starts with there. Yeah, and it puts it in the timeline. And you learn Paramedic was the one who operated on Gray Fox to make him the ninja, Dr. Clark.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
You know, and we know that Ninja kills her. I don't need to say spoiler for that. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But it's just, you see what I mean? It connects to part 1 and part 2 in such a way. Well, maybe not part 2, but part 1 in such a way. Because there's like history there.
Yeah.
So I guess part 3 was the anchor.
Right.
But part 1 definitely lured me into wanting to find out about these games and play them. And, you know what I mean?
For sure. You're absolutely right. Thank you, David, for that question, and you obviously won your copy of Metal Gear Solid 5 for the PC, and online just came out for it, so you should enjoy that as well.
Yeah,
for sure. You can email us at underthecardboardbox@gmail.com. We have 2 more codes left. 2 guys, just 2.
2 chances.
2 chances.
You never know.
You never know.
Do it.
That's it. All right, let's go to the last segment of the day. Trivia time.
Who's that?
All right, trivia time. So,
I know you're excited for this.
yes. So the way it works is Arnaldo asks me a series of dialogues, right? So someone...
How can I ask you a series of dialogues?
Well, you tell me a series of dialogues. You're right. But you're still asking me ultimately who said it, what game, and where.
And where?
So
very important.
So I have to figure out who's saying it to who, pretty much.
Right.
Whose line is it anyway? All right. I'm ready.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. I'll squeeze the answers out of you myself, my son.
I'll squeeze the answers out of you myself. My son?
My son. Yes.
I feel like fans are screaming right now at their TVs or whatever, like, are you serious?
Why?
All right. Metal Gear Solid 2. Solidus saying that to Raiden. Right in top of the rooftop. Metal Gear Solid 2. Solidus saying it to Raiden. Final answer. Really?
Yeah.
All right. What is it?
You got the location wrong.
I knew it. It's always the location, but I knew it was them. Anyway, go ahead. What was it?
It was. I will give it to you, only because you got it. It was Solidus saying it to Raiden on top of Arsenal.
Top of Arsenal gear.
Before it crashes into City Hall.
Right.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. You're good. I'll give you that.
You're holding it in, man. I know you are.
You stupid
You idiot.
No.
Oh man. Well.
Yeah.
Hey, that was good.
That's our trivia.
Yeah.
You can catch it every Tuesday when the podcast comes out, and when the video cast comes out, it'll be on Fridays.
Yeah. If you have any questions or any concerns or any trivia for Arnaldo, maybe we can test him out.
Yeah, actually, I've gotten one
from Christopher, right?
No, I don't think it was. Was it Christopher?
Was it Christopher?
I think we'll have to check that. But
yeah. Let's check.
I know there was one person who did ask me, and I was entertained by it. I promise I didn't look it up. I answered it right away.
No, I know you don't.
Yeah. So by all means, it was great to see it.
By who?
I can't get on right now.
I'll check. Let's see.
Yeah. Please, by all means, and just know that they can be from any game, usually canon.
Yeah.
There was someone who had a problem with it being from
Portable Ops.
Yeah,
I remember it.
Portable Ops is canon.
Yeah.
So it is fair game. I'll say that.
That's true.
And there was this one email where somebody was saying that they actually try to guess it with you. So I can only imagine.
Yeah, it was Christopher.
Christopher? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Christopher.
I can only imagine.
He asked, I can see the moon even in this storm, pale as death. I have a bad feeling about this mission.
Right. And I answered that it was Sergei Galukovich speaking to Olga in MGS2 before Snake's fights her in the tanker.
Right.
Basically encounters her.
Yeah.
In the tanker. So, yeah, bring it on. I love these challenges.
Yeah, for sure.
And stuff like that. But just remember that if Heido sees it too, if you're planning to challenge either one of us, we can have like the drop on it. But keep on sending them.
Just send them away. We've come to the conclusion of our first video cast.
Yes.
I hope you guys enjoyed it.
We do.
We are, we had fun, although it's still 4:30 in the morning.
On Saturday.
We enjoy this. You can subscribe to Under the Cardboard Box podcast every day. You can just subscribe every day.
You can do it anytime you want.
Anytime you want. But we come out on audio every Tuesday. Just look for us Under the Cardboard Box on any podcast services that you have. And YouTube, we come out every Friday. So this video right here will be up on this Friday coming up. So just look for that. We are also on SoundCloud. Just search for us there. And we are also on Twitch. So every Thursday, Arnaldo or I, we will Twitch stream. Usually it's Arnaldo. Last week we Twitched the story mode. I'll be in there interacting with the fans, you guys. So just let us know if what you want to see something other than the story mode, like online or something else, maybe some side ops or something like that. But we do that every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Eastern Standard Time, yeah.
Yeah. So, I really enjoy the video stuff. Let us know how we did. Subscribe. Obviously to our YouTube channel Under the Cardboard Box, and also comment below. It will let us know how we're doing. Like us, and please subscribe, comment, and rate us on iTunes. It will mean so much to us, so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I just want to announce that Heido Martinez will be proposing to his girlfriend, or would have already proposed to his girlfriend Adelise Martinez, no affiliation. And so since it'll come out, the reason I'm saying it is because this is going to come out on Tuesday, so there's no way she can hear it or it can be ruined. He is actually doing it today as we're recording. So we obviously know I already know for a long time she's going to say yes. So I'm just going to congratulate him now, and I'm also going to congratulate him on the next episode, at the beginning, so that you guys know that it has been confirmed. But here you go, Heido Martinez, going to be a big man. We are UCBP. We love our fans. We hope you come back, and we are signing out. And that's our show.